Okay, so here we go. This video is basically me reviewing Silence gameplay. Not Silence gameplay. I don't know why I said that, but me reviewing some of the gameplay here because a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people think I mischaracterize how many mistakes um we truly make in a game. And so I really wanted to show you guys from my perspective, right, what I'm looking at and how much mistakes are being made in a game. Now, this isn't something that I'm going to give to you guys. Like, I'm not going to send this to the group chat, right? But if it ever gets sprung up, I just wanted to have proof here and a video ready to show everybody else that they are making a lot of mistakes and that this stuff is happening all the time. So here's how it's going to be measured, right? Each player, every time you make a mistake, now mistakes are you essentially, well, I'll describe every mistake that you make. So I'll describe every mistake that you make in a game, right? And then I'll tell you why that is and why it happens. So you won't have to really know all the mistakes, but I'll describe the mistakes that are happening. And as for what else were I talking about? As for the gameplay, I'm watching Silence video. W Silent. He's a good fucking guy. But this is just my insurance, because everybody thinks like that I'm too critical or whatever, but like this just really shows how imperfect everybody's gameplay is. And each player is going to get a score. Essentially, each time you mess up, that's going to be -1 goal, right? So every time you mess up, that's an opportunity that could have led to a goal eventually. So I'm gonna put -1 goal every time you mess up, right? Each individual player messes up, and then at the end, I'm gonna put a collective score of every time every single player has messed up on a single team, right? So I'm gonna be watching this VOD.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Not this one. Let me actually do the other VOD because I already reviewed this. So I'll just go over what I already saw. Right?
Question. They don't know who to guard.
So we're gonna be doing the first game here, the one from 0 to 511, I think it's about. So we're gonna go screen and we'll write down each player's name. The team that we're gonna go over is Spectre, right? So not Cyclones today, Spectre. We're done. All right. So as you can see, the players on this team are Death, right? Fastmere, Fastmere, Logan, and Kale. All right. So we see Fastmere rotate into goal. That's fine. All right. We get a pass off to Logan. We get a pass to Kale. We get a pass to Death. Death here, right here. He gets the pass, and he should have push ball to his right instead of forward. So he push balls in the wrong direction and then loses the ball because of it. And then even after he push ball in the wrong direction, he still had enough space to make another decision. He just made the wrong one. Instead of instead of push balling to the actual space that's actually open on his right, he then instead does a dribble move. And so that gives Thunderdome the time to to tackle him. Okay, so that's Death Dealer's first. That's Death Dealer -1 goal, right? -1, right? Kale. Kale gets an interception here, right? So instead of what he was supposed to do was push ball towards the direction that he's looking for, right? So in front of him, there was nobody. He could have just push ball, get a slight push ball off, maybe not shift push ball to get the full length, but maybe a half length push ball, then observe the area, and then maybe get that pass off to Death Dealer. But because he's so anxious, I don't know why he's anxious, but he just is from this gameplay. But he just does this dumb pass. I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude or anything, but this is dumb, right? He automatically reacts and then goes for this pass to Death. He fails, right? So that's Kale's first point. That's -1 goal for Kale. Right? Death gets an interception here. Let's see what he does with it.
So they don't know who's who. That is actually.
All right, so Death gets past somebody, right? So he uses his dribbling abilities to take advantage of the space on his right. Okay, that's good.
Smart.
Logan's on his other side. Now, what Logan does here, I honestly don't know if this is fully a mistake or not, but Logan, because he's running with shift, right? Because he's using his shift to run, he gets a push ball off, and this happens to a lot of people. He gets a push ball off, but it's the long push ball instead of the short push ball. So he did push into the right space, but it's because he used the shift push ball that the ball goes far away from him. And so now he has to recover, right? Now, obviously, Pseudo gets the ball. So honestly, that's 1 point for Logan. But if you're being nitpicky, well, I'm being nitpicky, but if you're looking at this from a perspective like Logan didn't know that his shift push ball was going to be that long, or he forgot to like tap on that shift, like that's a very minor mistake to make. So you could do -0 for Logan for now, right? Okay, so this is a very important mistake that I've seen Death make 2 times and Logan once now. Logan guards the keeper, right? And honestly, I don't know why people do this, right? The odds of you getting an interception here are very, very low. It doesn't make any sense, right? You might get an interception, but the fact is, like, even if you do get an interception, the likelihood of your teammates being able to get that ball for you is way less likely than Shudo or Shido being able to get that ball because he's now open and Logan is now guarding the keeper instead of Shido. Him being able to get that ball, and now it's a 3v2. And now Death Dealer and Kale are put in a disadvantaged position. So that's another point for Logan.
Super smart.
So something that I'm seeing here, and I really wonder what the fuck is going on here. Logan is pushed up, right? I really have no problem with this. The Thunderdome is behind him. There is nothing for him to take advantage of. Obviously, I do recommend man marking, but it's not that crazy, right? He's far away. But why the fuck is Kale not right on Nolly's ass right now? Instead, he's fighting with Death Dealer to get this ball from Shido. It doesn't make any sense, right? From back here, Kale, why are you running towards Shido? You should have been running towards Nolly from this point. But no, Nolly is open. And Shido and Thunderdome are open too, right? So Shido gets this run off.
Super
Death Dealer follows after him. He has quick reaction, right? And Shido, he comes over, and Death Dealer gets this amazing save. Amazing save. It's amazing. I don't know how you guys do those type of saves. I don't know how you guys do the dolphin badge save. I've never been good at those. It's an amazing save.
Hell
So
yeah.
nice on Death Dealer, right? But if you were to look at that from a position, if Nolly were to just take advantage of that space
Because it should.
where Kale just happened not to be guarding, it's like Nolly could have gone all the way from midfield all the way up to like nearly the box without even running into Kale. And so that creates a situation where then Punderdome is able to push up. Then Shido is able to get more comfortable in the box and maybe move around and then get a pass off. Now he's able to get a pass off to Shido because he's now moving around in the box, all because Kale wasn't guarding his man. So that's another point for Kale.
Shadui?
Yeah, because now he'll just blend right in. They won't know who's who, and all these shots can come from anywhere.
All right, a little bit of a mistake there. That's nothing big. You didn't lose the ball. That's fine. You just didn't know the ball was behind you. You figured it out. It's fine.
Damn, that's a fucking
Logan gets ball.
crazy play.
Logan should pass to
Yeah.
Kale here. Logan instead passes to Death Dealer, gets a nice long pass through. Obviously, the only time you pass to somebody is when they're ball side, right? Or you feel like you can get that long pass over the enemy's head, right? Shido, he had no opportunity to take this from Death Dealer because it's over his head. So Logan made that pass, and I think that's a good pass, right? Obviously, I think Kale would have been a better option, but you know, tits and tats, still a good pass.
Oh,
Oh, Death Dealer. He's gonna. Oh,
All right, Death Dealer is a little well played there, and right, this is a problem that I have, right? Logan is here. I guarantee you, 10 times out of 10, Logan is looking at the ball right here. He's looking at his corner. He's prepped, ready to take a shot, right? So why doesn't Death Dealer give Logan a lob pass? Give Logan a nice little lob pass, and Logan gets that nice air time and that little bit of lag, and that makes it less predictable to show whether or not where he's gonna shoot, how he's gonna shoot, you know, which part of the goal it's gonna go in. Why not give Logan that lob pass to make sure that that shot is as powerful as it needs to be? Because that shot on the ground is much more predictable. It takes much longer to wind up. So that's another point for Death. And this is a trend with Death, by the way. I've watched this footage before, and Death, he gets, not to spoil anything, but he does this 2 more times. Now, obviously, making this selfish play every once in a while isn't a problem, right? Now, obviously, it is a problem in passing centric gameplay, right? Obviously, you should be playing for the pass, and we should only be making your own plays one or twice a game, once or twice a game. Honestly, really only once. Everybody on the team should be making their own play once in a game. Death does this what 3 or 4 times? So that's another point for Death. Death takes a shot. It's in a good corner. It's nice for him, but it's like that was very predictable. He should have given the pass off to Logan. Now, if we're in a situation where we've done that before, we've given the pass to Logan a couple times, maybe 2 or 3 times, we've given the pass to Logan in that situation, and Logan takes that shot and the keeper is ready for that, then maybe you can mix it up that now he's going to think you're going for that shot. You're going for that lob pass to Logan right there, and then instead you go for that maybe shot of your own, right, to really throw the keeper off. But first of all, every single time you should be passing every single time. If it works, then that's what you should be doing. Okay, if it keeps on working against the keeper, that's what you should be doing. Period. You shouldn't be starting off a game taking your own shots, your own selfish shots like that. That's not how the game works.
ooh.
against Pseudo, but it's the keeper.
Okay, Logan does this again for a second time. And in the future, they're going to lose a goal off of this, by the way. So -1 again. The reason why Logan is in the wrong here, if you don't know, is because he's pushing up to the keeper, hoping to get a deflection. In all reality, even if he does get a deflection, it's probably still going to go to Nolly. And now he's put himself out of the game, right? He's put himself out of the game. Now it's a 3v2. As you can see, you have Thunderdome, Shido, Nolly all the way up. Now, Pseudo makes a mistake here. We're not focusing on the Cyclones today. We're focusing on the Spectres today. So we're not going to talk about Pseudo's mistake. Obviously, Pseudo here should have given it to Nolly because he's the most advanced and open player. And then Nolly should have done in the future, Nolly should have done a long pass to Shido once he got up to that pad, up to that post, right? Up to the box, I should say. Once they got up to the box, them two, Nolly should have given a pass to Shido far side, and then Shido would have taken that shot. That's the optimal route here. But honestly, I wouldn't even give a point off of that. What I'm focused on this time when I'm reviewing gameplay is ball maintain, right? Ball maintain that then translates into goals. This is what I'm really focused on, right? Really showing people how much that ball maintain is really being neglected in everybody's gameplay and how many times people lose the ball because of dumb things that don't even make any sense at all, right? And if you would have maintained that ball, that could have turned into an opportunity for a goal. So we're not even going to focus on the fact that Pseudo gave the wrong pass here. That's not a problem. The fact is he got the pass off in the first place, so that's fine. So Logan, still out of position, by the way. He's just sitting here. He's just sitting here. He's jogging for a second here even. He doesn't even realize how disadvantaged of a position he's in. He's jogging. Again, jog, right? Jog. Okay, so Logan attaches himself to Kale. Logan attaches himself to Shido, right? Obviously, this is Kale's man, and if you're in a position where you need to like if you're in a position where you need to like get this man because you're so far behind from the play that you need to take over somebody else's man and they get the farthest person up that was supposed to be your man, then I recommend Kale here go all the way down to Nolly and guard Nolly instead of Logan, who's supposed to be guarding Nolly. So right, Kale doesn't do that at all, right? He should be leaving this for Logan. In part, this is Logan's fault again, right? Because he didn't even catch up as much as he needed to. I don't know if Logan has EE here, but he should be using EE to get to Shido. He should be using EE to get to Shido and be on par with you. Now we have Nolly with EE running up this space, and what do you think he's gonna do? Nolly is a great shooter. We all know this. He has great aim. He has great shots. Guess what's gonna happen?
Too far.
Okay, so this pass is off. Never mind. This pass is just off. Never mind. So yeah, that pass is just off. But you see what could have happened there if a good pass was given there, and that's what I'm really starting to talk about is like ball maintain and giving good passes to everybody at every moment, right? It's like because Shido didn't get that good pass, Logan is now covering Nolly. Do you see how influential giving good passes is? How maintaining the ball is, how influential these things are, right? Right, so now I get a reset. He gives it to Kale. Logan is open. He gives it to Logan. Nice pass. Logan gives it to Death. Nice. Death should give it to Kale here. Death gives it to Kale. Nice. Death waits for the pass in the middle. Logan causing interruption in the box. Nice. Kale gets a dumb pass off. Well, actually, let me just get a point off the Kale there. Because what the fuck are you doing? Right. Kale tries to get a pass off here. Gives it right to the other person. Honestly, sometimes this happens, but it's small mistakes like this that add up and just like causes more and more goals, right? And it's like, obviously, the Cyclones end up winning this game. Everybody knows this, right? But it's because like of stuff like this. that the Cyclones won. Obviously, if you look at the Cyclones and you take a deep look into their gameplay, you're gonna see mistakes like this too. But the fact is, they were just a little bit more perfect and a little less imperfect than Logan's team when it came to this game. And this is why you're gonna see these bad habits, the same bad habits that Logan has of pushing the keeper for no fucking reason, expecting an interception that's probably not going to happen. The same habit that that dealer has of pushing the keeper, or even taking a goal that he has no business taking, or even pushing the keeper and doing the same thing that Logan does. And Kale, honestly, he doesn't really have any bad habits. I think he's played pretty good this whole game, but um so Kale gets the ball here. -1 for Kale, right? Because he lost the ball, right? He lost the ball for a second there. And then he gives it to Death, right? Nice rotation. Logan should be pushing into the space now. Death should be seeing him.
Drops himself over there though.
Oh,
Kale.
Logan's free.
And Death does his dribbles. Now, I'm fine with this as long as you don't lose the ball. I would recommend, because look what happened here. In this second that Death dribbled, look what happens.
Drop
Death dribbles his first dribble, right?
himself over.
He dribbles here, right? He dribbles here, and then this is where he dribbles here,
Kind of dropped himself
and this is where he should have given it to Logan. Because Death is dribbling, Shido is now covering Logan. Look at this.
over.
He does his first dribble, still has the pass, still has the pass, still has the pass. Now Shido's in front of him. He doesn't have the pass anymore after he does his second dribble.
Oh, Logan's free.
He gets past one, he gets past Ollie. He gets past two. Nice. Now Shido, Death right here. Bro, oh my god, this guy. Bro, this guy takes a shot. And you can see it. You can see it. You can see it.
He kind of.
You can see what happens here.
Oh, Logan's free.
Shido, what Pseudo, right? Pseudo, the goalkeeper, hones in his focus on Death Dealer. So does the defender, right? Death is pushing. Shido has now committed his defending stance. He is committed EE to getting to Death, right? And so now Logan is open. Death, instead of passing to Logan, takes the shot. This is the second time Death has done this. That's another -1 for Death.
Yep. Oh. Death. He wants it, bro. Death wants it.
Fucking sick.
Now, Kale, I think I found out his problem. He just stays too far back. Right? Well, actually no. Actually no. This is not Kale's fault. What happened here?
Death wants.
Logan again, bro. Again. He does it so many times. I don't even notice it anymore. He fucking. I'm sorry. He stares at the fucking keeper, expecting to get some type of deflection. And then guess what? Guess what? Now Shido is open. Kale now has to push up on Nolan, right? And then Logan is practically out of the game. If Shido was any smart here, he would have pushed up this line and been all the way over here for Nolly to get that pass off, and then that would have been it. Punderdome would have been in the middle, coming down, and then Shido would have given that ball to Punderdome, and then that would have been the shot. Right? So Nolly gets the ball. Logan has to rush all the way back. He's not even going to the right person. This is the second time he's gone to the wrong person, right? I don't know if he's scared of Nolly or something. I don't know what's going on, but Logan's not even guarding Nolly. He's not even going to the person that he was supposed to defend. So Logan, completely just avoids Nolly. He's just running up this line, and then Logan finally realized, okay, I have to guard Nolly. Okay. So that's another point for Logan, right?
Oh, let's go.
Logan gets the deflection. Nice deflection. right?
That's insane.
Oh, let's
Nice.
go.
Logan gets the deflection. First of all, from this deflection,
Wow, that was insane.
Oh, let's
you
go.
shouldn't be push balling.
Come on, Nolly. Come on, Nolly.
You should be push balling backwards and then giving that to keeper, or trying to find one of your teammates. But honestly, that's not that big of a deal. I've been on Logan's case, and Death's case this whole time. So guess what? I'll give this one on the house, right? I wouldn't even give him -1 for this. I wouldn't even give him -1.
Back. Good job.
Alright, okay, so Nolan's here, right? He ends up getting off this push ball,
Come on,
right?
Nolly. Come on, Nolly.
He
Get back.
gets
Good job.
nice. He gets off this push ball. Now he gets off this push ball here. Keeper is close, but not too close. Obviously, he shipped push ball, right? That wasn't the type of push ball that he needed to do. I still think that Pseudo can get this here. He was just a little bit confused and hesitant, and that's the reason why he didn't get that. But Logan, fortunately, gets the ball. He's in a good position, right?
Pseudo,
He
wait.
gets here. He does the push ball backwards away from Pseudo. Good decision, right? It's into open space. Now what is open? He gives the ball back. Nice. Okay, so now we can start doing rotations. Now we can start doing everything that we need to do. And Death Dealer again. This time he just loses the ball, but this has to do with Death's larger mentality, right? If he was a passer, he would have given it back to Caleb. Or even given it to Look at Logan. I'm not even realizing how much Death is fucking up right now. Because Death is fucking up so much. Look at Logan. Death again. For another time. I think this is his third time doing this. I'm not gonna lie, Death is selling you guys. So Death comes up here, he pushes into the space, and Logan is just open the entire time. And Death just wants to take a shot. Why does he want to take a shot to that? He loses the ball.
Go Ponder.
I honestly give Death -2 because of that. Because not only did he not pass the ball to Logan, he also lost the ball. So it's like that's a double entendre right there. He really messed up. But otherwise not. Right? So we're getting everybody rotating out. Kale is on his man. Logan a little bit ahead of his man, but that's no problem.
Go Ponder.
Right? Logan coming back. Everybody's slowing down. Right? Thunderdome gets a bad pass off. It's fine. That's it. We get a nice little reset. We have Logan and Death here. Fastney could get a power pass off to Death. Honestly, the safer option is Logan. Whichever one is nice.
Confusion.
Sorry, Ponder.
Right? He gets a pass off to Death. Death just misses the ball. So that's -1 for Death.
Perfect. See?
Logan, again, just for some reason scared of Nolly. He just isn't close enough to him. He needs to be man marking. He isn't even getting juked by Nolly. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand if Nolly's doing a lot of this, he's doing a lot of that, but you're just giving Pseudo a free outlet right now. Pseudo doesn't even have to walk out a keeper and try to drag on you guys to make a forceful pass. He just gives it to Nolly here. Nolly has more than enough to Logan. The place that you're at right now, Nolly has more than enough time to create a pass and probably even give it to Pseudo here because Kale is not even properly guarding Pseudo. Honestly, from this position, Kale is properly guarding Pseudo. He is ball side. Shido and Pseudo. Yeah, so he is properly guarding Shido. He is ball side at this moment, and I'm sure if Nolly got the ball, then Kale would come over on ball side and guard Shido. So I think that's no problem, right? right? So Pseudo doesn't pass the ball, right? And Death Dealer here. This fucking guy, man. This fucking guy. That's another -1, bro. I'm so sick and tired. I'm not even sick and tired. Honestly, I'm enjoying this. This is W's. I like gameplay review. This is fun. But Death right here. He pretends to fake the keeper, right? And it's like, okay, I don't even pro. Honestly, Death has so much -1 right now that I won't even give him this -1. I'll take this off his roster. Honestly, I'll take this off his roster. And it's always because of the same issue. And you're gonna see in the future that all these early issues that I'm talking about, where Death or Logan is pushing up to the keeper, trying to get a deflection off, and it never happens. I want to reiterate that it never happens. And even if it does happen, it does happen. Even if it does happen, right? It's like it still goes to the person that it needs to go to on the other person's team, right? Pseudo still gets that ball off 10 times out of 10 to Nolly, even if you deflect it. So it's like, I don't know why people do this. This makes no sense. So I'm gonna avoid that -1 though, because Death currently has -5. So we're gonna take that just out of grace. Compared to everybody else, Death has the most amount of minuses. Okay. So Pseudo gives the ball to Nolly. Pseudo gives the ball to Shido. Shido gives the ball to Nolly. Nice passes. Nolly misses the ball. It's fine. As long as he doesn't lose the ball, I don't have a problem with that. So we have some defense going on here in the box. And Kale gets an amazing save with the dive. Honestly, I gotta learn how to do that. I really don't know how to do that shit. Logan, right here, I want to commend you passing back to keeper here. Obviously realizing that this is the most optimal option. Even though you do have Death here, I'd rather you pass back to keeper. Because while Death could make a run, it's like Death has Nolly and Thunderdome to worry about. If you would just reset here and maybe create more passing, then that would be better. Right, so we get the clean reset here.
Pardon my language.
We give it to Death.
I don't know what you said, but it's okay.
And Death just loses the ball. That's -1 for Death.
Is that Bumba?
Nolly?
Kale, amazing defense. Right. We have Logan and Kale here. Right. Kale gets the pass out, obviously. And Logan, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I'm sorry. Logan always feels the need to cover somebody that he doesn't need to cover at the moment. Kale is clearly in front of the ball. He's in control, right? The only type of pass that Thunderdome could get off to get Shido the ball is all the way over Kale's head. And those type of passes are really hard to make. And even if he does make that type of pass, Fastening is right in front of him. So Fastening could just jump up and grab him. You know what I'm saying? That's how close Shido is in the box. So Logan is not needed here. Because of this, Kale offsets the ball, and Logan could have been right where Nolly is and collected that ball and maybe even passed it back to Fastening for the reset, or even gave it to Death for the reset. Matter of fact, how did this even start?
I don't know what you said, but
Oh, Death lost the ball. Oh my god. This is just a mess. Logan pushing up to this guy that he doesn't need to push up to. Kale.
My language. My apologies.
I don't know what you said, but it's
Oh my god, Kale left his position to go help out Death Dealer, even though he's so far away. That's a -1 for Kale. -1 for Kale. This makes no sense. And that's okay, so that's why Logan felt the need to cover Shido. That's why. Because Kale left. Okay.
Okay.
So Kale sprints up, he gets that pass off,
Sub
right? In the ideal situation, Logan should have been there. But I understand where Logan's coming from now. So not a -1 for Logan. Logan should now be pushing up to now.
combo.
What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? Why was that the play? I don't understand. So Logan, standing right here, Kale defending Shido, Death Dealer defending Thunderdome, sees this whole situation, gets the view. He's standing right here for a little second now, so he's seeing everything. He's seeing everything. You can't make the mistake of not seeing everything here. He decides that he's gonna, play goalie 2. He's now the second goalie. Puts Kale in a position where he now has to leave Shido. So now Shido is up. If they were playing optimally, Nolly would have passed to Shido. Shido would have given a pass to Nolly back in the middle, and Nolly would have been able to get off a free goal for no reason, just because Logan wanted to be second goalie. Kale, fortunately though, that's -1 for Logan. Kale, fortunately though, gets this nice block on it. Kale gets this nice block on it. He gets the push. Well, that was a horrible pass. Shido just didn't notice it, but that was a horrible pass. That's -1 right there. Nice. Logan gives another horrible pass. -1 for Logan. Honestly, Logan, I don't even know why you don't just give it to keeper here. Right. If you felt that much pressure and you felt like you need to give it out to somebody, just give it to keeper.
Oh!
And look at this shit. Look at this shit. Logan, again. What is he doing? First of all, the first problem here is that Death Dealer isn't guarding his burn. So that's -1 for Death. -1 for Death. He's completely out of position. Right? Logan was supposed to be guarding Shido. Kale is supposed to be guarding Nolly. So not only is one person not guarding their man, on top of that, Logan isn't guarding his man either. So that's -1 for Logan. Shido is completely open, running in the opposite direction of Logan. Meanwhile, Logan is standing completely still. Even Kale is running in the direction of Shido, and that's not even his man. You should be seeing him taking this shot and seeing that this person is running away from you, and you should automatically be sprinting towards them. And furthermore, you should have a position where you're in where you're even having to sprint towards anywhere. You should be automatically on them all the time. So Shido gets his ball, and he takes a shot, and it's nice. Good job. Good job, Shido. Keeps the goal.
And Thunderdome, they get the first goal.
So -1 for Logan, -1 for Death.
Put some respect on that man's name. They don't know who is who. They're completely thrown off by the costume change, and it was an incredibly smart decision.
Yeah, I would have known that was Nolly because the way you shot it.
I would have been so thrown off by it, and I know that.
Logan gives the ball to Kale. Kale gives a horrible pass. All right, so Death Dealer still manages to get the ball. That's -1 for Kale. But that was a leading pass. If it was a regular player or a regular situation, 9 times out of 10, Death Dealer would have lost that ball. That wasn't a good pass from Kale, so -1 for Kale. Death Dealer, again. Death Dealer closing doors basically by dribbling. That's what he's doing. So Here's what happens, and I'm actually losing my voice. I don't even know why I care about this so much, but I just feel the need to like make sure that everybody understands what I'm saying and really understands where I'm coming from when I'm saying like nobody's good, bro. Nobody's good. Nobody's good. And every time you play perfect gameplay, every time I play perfect gameplay, and I'm in a squad filled with people that are just getting -1, -1, -1, -1. It's just like there is no point. If I get -3 instead of -1, it's like they're still getting -5 every time. It's like my -3 isn't adding enough to the equation for them to even my -3 isn't adding enough to the equation for them to be even be able to say anything about it, right? It's like you have teammates that are getting -1, -1, -1, -1, constantly losing ball, constantly losing us goals. It's like this is not 1-0 right now. It's one minus. Let me actually count this. This is 1 minus 20. So it's 1 minus 20. Do you understand what I'm saying? We've had 20 opportunities, 20 positions that we were in where we've lost the ball, done something stupid, given up possession, been in the wrong positioning, haven't rotated enough. We've had 20 of those situations, essentially giving up 23 goals, 20 opportunities where we could have scored a goal. That's what's happening right now. We have these games where it's like we have 1-0 games or it's one something, you know what I'm saying? And it's like at the start of the game we'll mess up a little bit, but it's not really 1-0, bro. This is what I'm really trying to tell you. It's not 1-0. It's 1 minus 20, bro. That's what the scores are looking like if you really analyze the gameplay and really see how people are messing up. So what was I talking about? I was talking about depth, right? So he does this shit.
I would have been so thrown off by
He
it
gets
from
this
the head
pass. Good on him being able to get that pass. Nice. Nice depth. Nice, nice, nice. Right. He should be.
I would have known that was Nolly because the way you said it.
Honestly, I'm not all that mad at depth here.
So thrown
I
off by
think
it. I
he
know
was
that
put in a
makes it.
position where he had to improvise. And so if he just takes the shot here, then I'm fine with that. He tried to take the shot. It's fine. I wouldn't even give depth a point off. You see how many times I'm not even giving people points off, by the way? You see how many times I'm not even giving people points off, and yet it's still 1 minus 20. That's the score right now. You see what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. It's not ridiculous because everybody has imperfect gameplay, but these are the standards that I'm setting for myself when I'm playing the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I I don't want any interceptions in any game. I don't want to be out of position anytime when it comes to defending. I don't want to be I don't want to be up in the keeper's face knowing that I'm not going to get any real interception or any real possession, right? This is the problem with that Death Dealer has all the time. He never gets possession. Every time he walks up to the keeper, name me in this whole entire gameplay. I want you to name me one time him going up to the keeper and staring him in his face, trying to use defensive stance to deflect the ball has resulted in a positive outcome. So Death Dealer loses the ball. I'm not even gonna give him a point off for that. Kill give him a bad pass. He had to improvise. We're just gonna go with that. So Death. Oh my fucking god. Right. Kill doesn't get an interception. Shido gives a bad pass. Yeah, gets the ball. That's dribble forward. He should be looking up now for a pass. Fastening is on his left, just chilling. He's in open space. Fastening, you should be running into the space by the way. Running. Because you're wide open. So Fascinating is in wide open space, just chilling. The Death Dealer instead decides. What does he decide? Let me see this shit. He fucking dribbles backwards. So -1 for Death. Alright. Kale. Honestly, Kale really only makes like simple mistakes. He doesn't make crazy big mistakes. Kale, I think, is the best player here, so by far right now. By far. Right? He still has minus, I think it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He still has -6. But Kale, I've only seen him make simple mistakes like a bad pass, right? But that stuff does add up. Now he's at -7, right? This is his 7th bad simple decision. So I think Kale just needs to work on simple passes, simple playing, and I think he's always in the right place. Basically, one time he was behind the defender, and that turned into a goal. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine. And that almost turned into a goal. Sorry, Kale wasn't the one that cost us the goal. I think it was Logan that did that. Or actually, no, it was Death and Logan at the same time. Those two collectively cost the goal, the first goal. But Kale is only making simple problems, right? So Kale, Kale gets the ball, right? He should have pushed ball in the direction of his liking, or even passed straight back to the keeper. But yeah, this is a split-second decision. Kale just even isn't good enough to the point where he can make that decision on a consistent basis without failing. So I think that's just something that he needs to work on it in the long run. But as for Death and Logan, they're purposefully making decisions that are bad. These are really bad decisions, guys. They're making them constantly. Fast comes up,
Oh,
tries to get that tackle.
oh, oh.
It's okay. Death gets ball. We give it to Kale. Kale push balls in the right direction. Kale gives it fast, gives it to Kale. Kale should be looking for
fingers
Death
went
now. Death
straight
should
in.
be looking for Kale now. Kale gets the ball. Kale gives it to Fast.
How do I get my camera to work?
Nice. And then Fast should rotate the ball back
Off the top of my head, no.
and
Press
try to
either
get some
circle or triangle,
rotations
and then you can
inside
move
the
it
box.
in free cam. It should say
And
in the
Death
bottom
gets
left.
past 1. He loses the ball. That's -1 for Death.
Yeah.
And this is what I really want to tell you guys. It's like being one of these people who dribble a lot. It's like it's hard, bro. It's really, really hard. And I respect it, but it's like these people lose the ball the most. Death is currently at he's currently at -9. He is leading by what? He's leading by 4 right now in minuses. Logan is right behind him, and then Kale is behind him. So it's
Triangle, and
like
then you can move it in free. Off the top of my head, no. Press either circle or triangle, and then you can move it in free cam. It should say in
so
the
Death
bottom
loses
left.
the ball.
Yeah. And you can move it with
And
your
then Kale
right
rotates back, gets his
L2.
back, and then Death again, bro. He just fucking loves being up in this keeper's face. And every time it results in nothing. Nothing happens. How many times does this need to happen for you to realize that this isn't working? This isn't working. So another -1 for Death. And you're actually going to see in a second here, this is going to result in a goal. Because every time this has happened, I've talked about scenarios where this could result in a goal, but now you're going to see actual proof of that shit coming to fruition, right? So
L2 in the
Punderdome gets
bottom right.
ball,
Triangle is the move. Thank you very
right? He's the only open person. And then Punderdome fires it off to Nolly on far side, and then Nolly scores.
Oh!
This all starts, by the way, because Death isn't guarding his man correctly. Now, obviously, this far side goal It's a hard thing to defend. I haven't found a way to defend it yet. Honestly, I really don't know what to do. Maybe we should be doing the dolphin dive. Yeah, maybe we should be doing dolphin dive in front of this. But I'm not a defensive player. I don't play defense. I'm not good at defense. That's the only part of my gameplay, my passing centric gameplay that I feel that I'm horrible at. That's the only part. I'm horrible at defense. That's about it. Everything else, I feel like I'm pretty okay at. I maintain ball correctly. I pass to the right people. And even if I don't pass to the right people, I'm never the person to lose the ball or to not maintain ball, at least when I'm playing seriously. Right? So I get my good passes up, and I'm never in a position where even if I am um designated attacker, right? Even if I'm point man, I'll still come back. If somebody pushes up too far, I'll still come back and defend their person that they're supposed to be defending. So I always make sure to be on the defense, and I always make sure to cover my man. So I think I do that pretty well. But
Oh my god.
so Nolly gets off this goal. This all starts because of death. Right?
Oh,
No, no.
oh my god.
Who is who, bro? That is the question. They don't know who to guard.
You know, Logan is starting to get scared.
Come on, Logan, lock in, buddy. It's alright, they're playing for the tie at this point. I mean, I hope they're locking in for a minute at least.
Kale gets the ball.
At a time.
Logan push balls in the right direction. Gives away the ball. -1 for Logan. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna tally this all up at the end to really show you guys like these small mistakes mean something. Like I think this is Logan's second or third time. Well, actually, I think it's his first time making a bad pass there. But in terms of Logan really struggles, where Logan is the problem is his positioning. Not only that, but him and Death, they have this problem with the keeper. And you'll see this with Death Killer. Just I'm not even fucking looking at Death. He just keeps on making this mistake every single time. He's guarding the keeper here, and then Punter Dome is open. And so now it's a 3v2 again. 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 So this is the problem with Logan, where most of his points get taken off, or where most of his goals concede. Because right, every -1 counts as a goal that you've lost. You've lost the opportunity to take because of a mistake, right? That's the way it plays. So, so -1 for Logan, and every time you see this, most of the times Logan, the reason why he's getting -1 is because he's in front of the keeper. Why? That doesn't make any sense. He's in front of the keeper, and on top of that, he's in bad position, right? That's the only time I've seen Logan like miss a pass this whole time or anything like that.
They need that spark. They need someone to step up.
Silent background saying they need that spark. They need somebody to step up. I don't think this is true. They're messing up so much right now. They don't need a spark. They need to be more perfect. Every individual needs to be more perfect. That's not what they need. They don't need a secret person because that is a really good dribbler. Everybody in the Discord knows it. Everybody in the Discord knows that is a really good dribbler. He really does do his thing. So he is that spark. He can be that spark. But the fact is, Death isn't being a part of the ecosystem. And if you can see, Death has the most amount of goals cost because he's becoming a part of the larger system. And he's constantly losing the ball, taking these opportunities and losing every single time, constantly standing in front of the goalkeeper, constantly putting himself out of position. And now, guess what? They're about to concede another goal because Death is out of position and Punderdome got the ball. Not only that, but Kale is out of position too. -1 for Kale, by the way. Kale was out of position, and now Shido gets to get the ball to Nolly, to Logan, to Nolly, by the way, which Logan was supposed to be guarding, and he's also out of position. So this is a -1 for every person in the team. Now, obviously, there is more blame to be shed on Death because he was the one that was supposed to be. He was the one that started this whole cycle, right? But it's like, man, everybody's at fault,
Not
and they get a goal.
again! No! Let's go!
Nolly gets another goal.
Nolly and Shido chemistry is insane, bro. I watched it develop earlier. Bro, they went back and forth across the field 5 times.
You guys might have a chance against Logan, bro.
I think so.
Death Dealer
Like,
doing
most
his thing
definitely.
here,
If you guys can just
and
dedicate...
takes another goal. He takes another goal, and he doesn't pass the ball. That's another -1 for Death. He just gave up the ball, basically.
The striker?
biggest competition, to be fair,
Ours?
in our practice.
Death. Again, bro. Again. He's just pushing up at the keeper. Now Thunderdome is open. And if I'm correct, I think this actually results in another goal. Death has cost us 2 goals because of this. And he's done this over 5 times. He's done this over 5 times and has cost us 2 goals. Can you believe that shit? So that's another -1 for Death.
Grammy, you weren't dunking on us that bad, let's be real.
Now Thunderdome is open. Thunderdome gives it to Shido. Shido doesn't take his shot. He push balls to the other direction. Whatever. It's respectable. Now, what I don't respect is what Shido does here in the second. This is a horrible goal. This is a horrible goal attempt. We all know it. Right? What the fuck is this? This isn't powerful. This isn't anything. Right? If anything, if you were going to do this shit, then you might as well have just shot it as soon as you got it from Thunderdome.
We gave you a run for it. You guys,
But yeah, that
Racking
happens.
up points right now, 3-0.
Did you see that? That was almost 4, bro.
Right, the ball comes off the wall. Bad pass from Kale. Alright, we're gonna give that -1 to Kale. Honestly, Fastnew, I haven't gotten any. Oh, actually, Fastnew messed it up for the first time here. He has -1 now. -1 for the first time. I don't know if I haven't been paying attention to Fastnew as much or if he hasn't been in the rotation as much, but this guy hasn't been making mistakes. He really hasn't. Let me see. In the last possession here,
We gave you a run for your money, you guys, to be fair.
let's see.
Ours?
Maybe I'm just not focusing on Fast as much. Maybe it's because
I
of
don't
Death. I'm not
remember.
really focusing on Fast.
We gave you a run for your money, you guys.
I don't...
Okay, Fast does this. I want to see what happened on this goal.
Back and forth across the field. I watched it.
No, bro, it's Logan, Kale, and Death that are here. It's not Fastnew.
If you guys can just dedicate a striker... You guys might have a chance against Logan, bro.
I think so too.
Like, most definitely. If you guys can just dedicate a striker...
biggest competition, to be fair.
Ours?
In our practice, Grammy, you weren't dunking on us that bad, let's be real.
I don't remember.
We gave you a run for your money.
Points right now, 3-0.
Did you see that? That was almost 4.
Yeah, Fast, I believe, gets his first point here. Death Dealer passes the ball back. Nice. Gets it off. And then Fast makes a bad rash decision. He passes it to Logan, but it's too short. Guys, I'm really losing my voice here. Oh my god. I'm really losing my voice. Jesus, this cold is fucking me up bad. Like, it's really fucking me up. Yeah,
Right now.
Logan.
Uh-oh.
Logan does the slide. Honestly, that doesn't matter that much. Logan was in a disadvantaged position. It doesn't matter that he goes slide here. Logan gets the ball, push balls, right? He keeps on push balling, keeps on push balling, he keeps on push balling, right?
He's got no one.
He should have passed a while ago.
You don't have the
Now
speed.
Logan
You
gets the
give it
ball
back to a
again.
slow
He
man.
didn't get to the ball fast enough. Honestly, oh my god. Honestly, I wouldn't even give Logan those 2 points, right? I'll just keep it simple.
Can they get it? Oh!
Good job.
And that dealer takes a selfish goal again. Again for the 15th time now. I think that dealer is the only person on this team that has put up goal attempts. The only person. And he's missed every single one.
Hi, guys.
Alright, GG's. Alright, anyway, that's about it. That was a really long recording. I didn't expect it to be this long, but this just goes to show there's a lot to analyze in gameplay, and you should really spend time like um trying to analyze your own gameplay and trying to figure out what's going on, how it's going on, and why it's going on. Um, yeah, just stuff like this. Just like, and you can just imagine these are teams that are formed that have had weeks to play with each other, right? Imagine when you're hopping into FC Global Discord, imagine how many mistakes you're making in pitch one or pitch two or pitch three or pitch four, right? Imagine how many mistakes you're making and how many mistakes your teammates are making, right? So it's like everybody keeps on telling me that I'm over exaggerating about how bad everybody really is. And it's like I'm not over exaggerating really. Like let's look at the gameplay, right? Let's kind of tally up all the points that basically they've missed, all the missed goal opportunities basically that they've missed out on because somebody made a mistake somewhere along the way. Right? So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 in one 5-minute game. The collection of players that have played in this game have made a total of 32 mistakes, with Death leading by 5, and Logan falling behind him, and Kale falling behind that, and then Fastly with the least amount of points. And this is what really goes to show, right? If you're a team player and you're like me, or you're playing like me, or you're getting passes off, you're doing your thing, you're doing your passes, you're doing the right passes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you're in a team full of people that are making 6+ mistakes, 6+ like costing you -6 goals. Each player is costing you -6 goals. Fasten having -1 goal isn't gonna matter, right? Him making one mistake throughout this whole championship isn't gonna matter, right? He's only made one mistake, by the way, on this team. One mistake. And yet still he is subject to a 3-0 because his teammates put him in a position where they're minus 30 something, and he's just -1. So it's about the collective team, bro. It's about the collective team. Everybody has to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really was trying to get to in this recording. And you guys have a good one, man. I don't know why I felt like doing this, but I just felt like doing it. Everybody keeps on saying like, I don't know what's going on, but everybody keeps on saying like I'm too critical or I'm too blunt. But this really shows like what's going on and how many mistakes people are really making in a game. And this is in our competitive games. In our competitive games with teams that have had time to practice against each other. In fact, I think this is like one of the finals. The Cyclones versus these are some of the best teams. Cyclones versus Spectre, right? These are two of the best teams. And yet, one of these teams has a tally count of 30 something. Come on, man. All right, you guys have fun.